first place.
And
point of clarification, the original mission was to join up with the fleet to hunt the serpent.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, clearly something has happened.
Well, this one ship was attacked by bad guys.
2 ships?
Where you get 2 ships.
We were attacked.
One,
Plus the ship
yeah,
that we salvaged was under attack.
yeah, the ship you salvaged was under attack. Yes, but that's one ship out of the 8 that went looking for the serpent, right?
Right.
But if that one ship, I mean, I'm assuming the 8 ships went out in a fleet so that they were reasonably close to each other. So, what are the odds that we're going to find one ship out by itself?
Okay, so you're telling them that something must have happened to the fleet, otherwise this one ship wouldn't be by itself.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, that's disconcerting for them to hear.
Oh, that's why we want to find out what happened.
Okay.
And perhaps they can get the rest of the crew and re-outfit that warship and come on out.
Well, that's a good idea. Okay. All right. So with that, you separate the ships, and no, Kitty, don't do that. No. All right. So you cast off the line that was pulling the ship, and you then lift the ship out of the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to do that? I thought we said the repulsors would work if they were underwater.
So then tell me what we're doing. What are we doing? I'm making assumptions because nobody's saying anything.
My understanding is we can drive the ship using the repulsors basically the same way we would if the ship had an engine and a screw.
Correct.
So that's what I'd like to do, so that
Okay.
it looks like we're at least a surface ship.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if somebody says, well, how come you have all these sails and you're not setting the sails correctly? The response is magic.
Magic. All right. So.
But we
I'm switching devices. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay, but at some point we do want to go to altitude so that we can do some real searching.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that like when we're right here next to the other ship. I want to get a little space before we do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So. All right. So in which case you're kind of up here, and you cast off from them, and then pull away and maybe to the side, and all right, this is a good time for me to go tell the kitty that I already fed you. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And they go on their merry way.
Well, that was easier than I expected it to be.
Well, they get accolades for saving the ship, plus they can crew the next manning for that thing and come back out.
Yep. So, I'm hoping, that the recovery of the ship and that whole story, we can like tell them they're drunk. But the more times that we go flying around in the ship in front of people we know, the more that story is going to get out and about, which is why I'm trying to avoid it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
You know,
What are you thinking?
so I'm trying to avoid the rumor and reputation that we have a flying ship.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, if it happened once, which it did when we recovered the ship, we can kind of write that off as people being drunk and exaggerating. But if we were to say, "Oh, we're leaving, goodbye, see you later," and immediately take the ship up to 200 feet, then the more that story gets out. So, and I realize that I probably can't prevent this story from getting out in the long term, but I'd like to at least try in the short term. At least long enough that the air defense artillery over in the fallen lands or whatever they are shoots us down, and then we don't have to worry about it.
Oh, you mean the Valley of the Ancients?
Yes.
Is that what we're thinking? Oh my god.
No,
Okay.
no, you remember my current theory, right? Which is
Refresh my memory.
we're still in the Far Horizons world. We're on a world that's amber zoned, and that's where the starport is.
Well, I didn't know about the starport being there. But the whole Amber Zone thing, yeah, I agree completely.
So
I have no comment on the matter.
I'm sure you don't.
All right. So, all right. So they go sailing away.
Best of luck.
Best of
Lorath be
luck.
with you.
Yep. As I understand it, you've basically given them credit for capturing or recapture the ship from the goblins, right?
They can spin that story any way they want to.
Yeah,
Orcs. They
It
were
was
orcs, not
orcs, but
goblins.
that's
yes.
true. It was orcs.
Yep.
Big ol' orcs.
Okay.
Not wimpy little goblins.
So that's actually worth quite a bit to them. I don't know if you necessarily realize that, but that's.
I figured it would.
quite a
That's why I wanted to give it
deal.
to them. That gets them, happy and on the way.
That does make them much happier than they were before.
Yep.
Yeah, they were kind of pissy about the
If
whole stop looting, get on deck.
so, yep. They can have their honor. We have a flying ship.
Okay, awesome. So where does that leave us? What are we doing?
What time of day is it?
It is 11 p.m.
That was 7:44.
What's that?
I thought it was 7:44.
So it's the middle of the night. Going up to altitude's not going to do anything.
Nope.
And we actually don't know where all the land masses are. So I think I'm going to swing the ship to go north, but not that
Okay.
fast.
North that fast.
Not that fast.
Not fast. Oh, okay.
So
All right.
basically, so that if we did run aground, it wouldn't do horrible damage.
Okay. So we point the boat north. I'm sorry, ship to the north, and we start motorboating along. Okay.
Hey, doesn't the ship have sensors?
Does it?
What does the computer say?
What?
That's a good question. What does the computer say?
Does the ship have sensors?
Or how are we going to determine?
Messing with
Someone
the
have-
computer.
Okay, back to the computer.
Yep.
I kind of
Going
assume
out.
that's my semi-permanent station at this point.
Uh,
Actually, that's what I
all
want.
right. Does anyone have ship sensors?
That's what I'm
Detection
looking for now.
systems, communication systems, ECM, electrical systems.
Oh, if only I had rolled any of those. I have all of them.
I have ECM,
Okay.
electrical systems.
So the appropriate skills are detection systems, comm systems, ECM, um,
So I have ECM.
possibly electrical systems.
Is that
Uh,
manipulation
what?
tech?
Yeah, this is all going to be under manipulation and then tech.
Okay. The only thing I got would be remotely would be powered armor. None of the specifics.
Looks to
And
me like you got 20% in comm systems, detection systems, 23 in ECM. But why do you think the MI role would be more appropriate?
I was not seeing any systems tech at all.
Okay.
Let me double
Well,
check though on the actual Far
I'm
Horizons.
highlighting on the Far Horizons thing the area to look at.
Oh, that's because I have no skill in those. Those are my base numbers. I have no training in those. The ones that are bold are the ones I have training in.
Okay. Looks like ECM has a base of, it's an odd number. So you got a little bit in ECM, it looks like. But yeah, I mean, the obvious one is detection systems, and then it would go to,
Oh, I do have 3% in ECM. Wow. Let me pull that over. See if I missed anything else.
so yeah, the mobile infantry, I mean, that's a platform. It's not, doesn't really give you, right. So the starting point is detection systems. And then deviations from that are going to be, if it's in the same area like comm systems, maybe minus 10%. ECM, maybe minus 10%. If you go outside the tech field, then you're at like half, whatever the other skill is. So let's get some rolls. Steve, what are you going to use?
ECM.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that, please.
Oh, I was forgetting something.
Getting into Albert.
Gigi the Albert. Basic success.
Oh, look at you.
Well, I have a 54 for God's sake.
Yeah, even with the subtraction. So go ahead and put a check mark.
I did
Regular. I see that. You got a little R there for the regular roll.
for the regular roll.
That's awesome. Okay. So as you look through the computer, does anybody else want to roll before I say anything?
Well, Dylan will.
I guess that's...
I don't think I can roll my military
Ooh,
programming.
hot one.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh,
Shalmar
God.
will just stand astonished at that point. There's no point in rolling.
So, you're both sort of in the little cubicle there. And sure enough, as Raymond is, I'm sorry, is it Raymond? Are both your characters named Raymond?
No, actually, my Far Horizons character was Renauld.
Renauld. So are you going by Renauld now, or are you going by Raymond?
I can go by Raymond. That's fine.
I'm so used to Raymond, I don't want to say Renauld.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's why.
you guys haven't actually had that conversation yet, have you? Okay,
No,
never
we
mind.
haven't.
All right, never mind. Mum's the word. Okay, so yeah, so you're going along, going through some of the ship systems, and Wes will say, "Whoa, whoa, wait, right there, hit that," and um, so there's a sensor suite. Um, and I believe you were also successful in your role. You do see that, wow. So, so the so the sensor system, the sensor suite, will also include tie-ins to the navigational system. Navigational system will reveal that um, there's plotting for not only terrestrial movement, and by the way, it's also tracking um, where it is, right? So as you're looking at this, geez, that's an incredible roll, Brian. All right, so as you're looking at this, um, you can see that it knows where the ship knows where it is on the surface of the planet. Um, I gotta hang on. I gotta respond to this text. Just give me 1 second, please. Oh, it's a client. Sorry, a client of mine's in Dubai right now, and he's anyway. Never mind. You don't need to hear the details. Um, but yeah, we're working a deal. Okay. Reorient my thinking. Okay, so let me take a quick look at Brian's character sheet. Do you have any piloting skills at all? You don't, do you? All you've got is the mobile infantry. Grav.
Yeah, just those two. I can drive a ground car and a motorcycle though.
Okay. So let's see. And Steve, does Steve have any?
I am also ground vehicle.
Okay. But you do have vehicular systems, ground vehicles. Okay. All right. Okay. So, though you are not proficient in the systems that you're looking at, you do have some um, passing understanding of these things, right? Like, today you can use your phone to pull up a map and, figure out where something is, how long it's going to take you to get there, and so on, right?
Right.
Right.
So, so although this is significantly more complicated than that, in its most simple representation or presentation, it is certainly um, um, positional data, um, and you can see on the plot that you're looking at, which, by the way, you know how to move that to another screen so that you can have multiple things being monitored, right? It does show you um, uh, contacts further out.
Okay. And I'll point that out to Raymond while we're talking about this stuff.
So so
Uh,
this is like a radar screen, not,
mm,
or is
in
this
a sense,
like a Google map?
um, yeah, it's not a 2D representation. It's in 3 dimensions.
Right. So
Um,
what I'm saying is, do I have a world map in front of me right now, or do I just know that ship is a quarter mile away in this direction?
oh, it'll tell you. So
Okay.
yeah, the and it'll give you a vector and its velocity. You can like tap on it, and it doesn't tell you what it is necessarily. Well, you've got ECM, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that there isn't anything emanating um, any. There's no emissions out there,
Right.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Which would make sense.
Right. Um, although West rolled a 1. Okay, above you, way above you, there is something in orbit which is um, giving off a signal.
Really? Can we like flag that in the
Yeah,
system?
yes, you can. And it'll actually give you a picture of it even. Um, right, there's a ship in orbit. Both of you can roll a percentile.
Great percentile.
Yep.
21.
Much more than a 21.
Okay. Um, so Wes, it looks to you like a frigate, I think would be the closest approximation. Let me be a little more clear about what I'm saying. This is a starship.
Right.
You don't recognize the
The
never mind.
code was it? Yeah.
You
Oh, I'm trying to remember the name, but I can't. I've got my notes.
right, you need to make a history roll.
Oh, let me get on the right sheet. Ah, nope.
Okay. Uh, you do have history, don't you?
Yeah.
Where is that?
It's under knowledge.
Life science.
Are we talking? Far Horizon doesn't have history.
There it is. Historical sciences.
Oh,
What'd you
wait.
roll?
Historical sciences?
47. You rolled a
Social.
47.
Yeah, you made it. You've got an 80 in historical sciences.
So look under social sciences, under knowledge.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so how does that tie to Wes's history skill?
That's a great question. I'm not worried about that at the moment.
Okay.
Um, you succeeded. You recognize that this is the markings on it are pre Exodus from Earth.
Can you say that again for me?
So the CSA
Oh, okay.
is
Pre-Exodus. Okay.
yeah pre-Exodus from Earth.
So it's ancient.
Yeah, it's in that same time period as the Exodus was occurring,
Mm-hmm.
but the gate was destroyed, right? And that cut off all
Right.
access
Uh-huh.
back to Earth. Okay, so this ship comes from that period.
I will point that out to Raymond. Wes is getting very excited.
Yeah. Dylan is getting very excited. Wes
Oh,
is.
that's true.
Um, well, again, it's interesting. Creates more questions than it answers, and is something we can't really deal with right now.
Are you sure?
Okay, can't is probably a little bit of an overstatement. I have a feeling that if we decide to take the ship to orbit, we're going to have a couple of very annoyed people on our hands.
Oh, that's true.
So
So,
the sensors are
Also picking up
things underwater. So there were some probably whales, you would guess. Somebody has biology.
I
They might
do.
be able to
Where's my
find out.
biology?
in the cabinet.
Oh, I
I'm
just got
sorry.
general
What skill you're looking for?
biology.
Biology. I think
Yeah.
maybe.
I've got
xenozoology.
xenozoology.
Yeah, so that would be the best role.
Nope.
All
Sorry.
right.
I went social sciences.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So large, slow moving. Well, I mean, so it's ship sensors, right? They're pretty sophisticated. Um, you know that they can go out to several light seconds diameter, uh, radius. not diameter, radius. So
Far
pretty.
far more than the circumference of the planet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The light second is
right.
300,000 kilometers.
300,000 kilometers.
And yeah, so
Um, does this also work as ground radar? So my question is, since you want me to cut to the chase, uh, can we figure out where the underground temple is?
sure. Yeah, you can map the ocean floor.
Okay. Wow, this is getting really fascinating. But in the short run, it means we're not going to run into an island.
Yes.
That seems unlikely that you would run into. In fact, yeah, you can actually see all the land masses, given enough time to sort of investigate. So, yeah, what are you doing with this at the moment?
Making sure I don't run us aground.
Okay. So there's
Maybe-
nothing that's going to run you aground at the moment.
but I mean that was the main point of this was one, making sure we don't run us aground. Two, looking for fleet concentrations, which I'm defining as more than about 5 ships.
Okay. So yeah, panning around, you can sort of zoom into the local area, and wow, it looks like a big crystal ball. Um, yeah, you can see the hunting group. There's um, there's a 7 ships
Okay.
that are moving around in a, say, a loose formation.
Um, and nothing that screams I'm a sea serpent.
Nothing obvious, certainly.
Well, do you want to go and link up with them, Wes, or do you want to?
Well, we need to head that direction because we're kind of thinking that
Yeah.
Mad Eye should be trying to do the same sort of thing, hunting the sea monster.
Is that um the only fleet that we see?
Go ahead and make another roll.
Just another percentile?
Yeah, we're manipulating the system here. Let's see how.
24.
Okay, so all right, so yeah, you can um like remove extraneous information. I mean, it's kind of dense what you're looking at, right?
Right.
So so you
What?
can remove subsurface um, contacts. You can remove things flying around, birds and such, um, and just concentrate on just give me what's on the water, right? Okay. So, and then you probably don't want to go out, more than, I don't know, 80 miles, something like that.
Sure.
Okay. Um, oh, I should mention something else. So the surface, as you were looking at it earlier, you would have noticed that um, the you're not on a sphere.
That's right.
You're on a
Donut.
uh, tor- a it's called a torus or a toroid, not a donut, jelly filled glazed. Anyway, yeah, it's so the at the equator, um how to well, everybody, yeah, it's a donut, sure. That's the easiest way to describe it, which should kind of blow your mind, right? Because that's really weird. Um, there's also a moon which is
Going
traveling
up and
through
down.
through the torus, and then there's another one circling around. There's actually two other moons. Well, not really moons, they're more like asteroids in orbit also. Um, but yeah, you're on the outside of the torus, north of the equator a bit, in the what the 40-degree latitude roughly. So my point is, as it curves north, the curvature on the northern and southern hemisphere has a greater arc than it does um, going latitudinally, right? Longitude is up down, latitudes east west, right? Everybody get that?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what that means is if you look west or east, the uh, you can see further than looking north or south
Oh, yep.
because the curve drops away sooner, right? So you might have, say, 30-mile vision east west, but only 20 north south, depending on what your latitude is. Longitude. Longitude. Okay, so um, right. So we were asking about contacts. So there's the um, 7 ships that seem to be moving as a group, and you do see um, further to the east of them there are 3 ships that appear to be paralleling them.
Well, that's not suspicious at all.
Oh, did I mention there's a telescope?
No.
There was a telescope in the ship's main cabin.
There any binoculars?
No.
Kind of interesting, but
No, you can tell that an effort was made to have an appearance of um, yeah, anything that would be considered highly or more technologically advanced is not obvious.
hmm. Well, I agree with Wes. I'm gonna. How far away is the main fleet?
2 days.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn the fleet in that, or the fleet. I'm gonna turn the ship in that general direction,
Mhm.
and just keep an eye on things for the moment.
Okay. So you'll notice that the ship under uh, power from the repulsors is not particularly fast, right? This is like putting so you've got, say, a speedboat with a big 500 horsepower engine on the back of it, and you dip the trolling motor or the trolling motor into the water next to it, and that's what you're driving the boat with. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. So that's kind of the analogy to use here. Now, that said, you both know that the repulsors are designed to, on a regular starship, they're used to nullify the mass of the ship in question. Then that's in part what allows for faster than light travel, right? It's in part what allows for ships to get off of out of a gravity well. That's what these are. They're not main drives.
Right.
Now, that said, this is it's a sailing ship. So, you know, it's 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 not quite a it's better than rowing speed, um, but it's certainly not what the ship is fully capable of. Okay,
Yep.
okay, so but of course we can't make use of that anyway because we don't know how to use it.
That's my point.
So off we go, motorboating along, um, and you're headed towards the fleet. Okay. See if anything interesting happens along the way. Okay. In the evening, I guess there's only two of you who can actually make any meaningful use of these things, right? So Wes and Raymond can make a roll. Oh, wait a minute. You filtered out any subsurface contacts, right? So that you
At that
could.
at that point, yes.
Okay. Now, I didn't hear that we changed that. Are we
I
changing that?
I would change it back.
Okay. All right. So yeah, both of you can roll.
72.
19.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So Raymond, um, you'll notice when I doubt that you're watching this thing 100% of the time, right? So you're
No.
taking turns and getting some rest and so on.
We can even
Um,
show the other crew members and say, hey, look for something that looks like this. And let us know if it happens.
okay. Uh, okay, sure. So, uh, Hjalmar, you can go ahead and make a roll. You're
Okay, what am I
looking
rolling
at
against?
little, I don't know. You're making a roll.
Okay.
You're you're looking at blinking lights, and they're like, "Hey, if something changes here, let us know."
Mm-hmm.
Little
Now,
smudges on the screen.
yeah, I'm not gonna understand that stuff. However, with the military programming, the knowledge I have from that, that's like I want to better understand what that is, so I don't misunderstand. it. Like I don't know what military programming is on manipulation.
Okay. You know what cobalt is?
Kobold,
Yeah, cobalt. Do you know what
like a creature?
Fortran is? No. Do you know what Fortran is?
No.
Basic.
Oh, basic. Yeah, I know about basic.
Okay. So you know what C plus is?
Yes, yes, C++.
Okay. Those are programming languages, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a scheme of writing applications for computers, right?
Okay.
Those are different languages, right?
Okay.
Okay. So military programming falls into that same category. COBOL is an old business programming language.
Mm-hmm.
Fortran, or precursor to BASIC, I think. C plus C is an evolution from that, and so on.
Yeah.
Um, so it's a collection of programming methodologies geared towards military applications.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this really is still just a screen with a blinking dots on it.
Correct.
Got it. Got it. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. I will roll a percentile.
Hmm.
Okay. 89.
Okay. Looks the same to you. Little blinking dots. Okay. It's obviously more than that, right? There's a little
Mm-hmm.
arrow, a little line with a tag, a little box with letters scrolling through it. All right. So, Raymond, when
Yes.
you get back to your turn at the monitor, you'll notice that there's a new object beneath or not directly beneath the fleet, but nearby, but submerged, and it appears to be paralleling the fleet. Oh, and it is not organic. So the biologicals, the whales,
Right.
had an organic tag of some sort.
Right.
So it's not an organic.
How close is it paralleling the fleet?
Half mile?
Okay. Um. Well, I'm gonna grab Wes because I value his opinion on these things.
Okay.
So here's the fleet.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the other ships that we were kind of hoping is Mad Eye.
The three, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's this submarine.
Oh. Does the sensor say anything to us about the mass of the submarine?
You could roll detection systems.
I don't have detection systems, just ECM.
So it's not giving off any signals that the ship's detecting.
Okay.
But you can, again, I think somebody had detection systems or something close.
Raymond did, didn't he?
No, IVCM.
Oh.
Really?
Maybe we're just discussing it because it was one of the ones we were
I have.
discussing using.
Yep. Yeah.
I see.
Okay.
Well, go ahead and roll against DCM then. Or comm systems, possibly.
Nope.
And Raymond.
I'm getting there. Hold on. Nope, I missed it too. Not by a lot, but
Okay. So yeah, you're not getting a lot from um, obviously through lack of familiarity with the use of the system.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there's definitely something there, and it's being identified as a non-biological.
Yeah. But we think it's the sea serpent. At least Wes does.
Well, that would be a biological, wouldn't it?
If the sea serpent is in fact a biologic.
Okay. True.
Okay. So we need to keep an eye on those. But what's our first intent then?
Well, that's part of why we're having this conversation.
So you're still a day away at least from the fleet.
So we have plenty of time to talk.
Yep.
I'm thinking, don't worry about the submarine. At this point, let's focus on the 3 surface ships paralleling the fleet.
Is
I
that
can see
where
that.
Mad Eye is?
That's what we're hoping, I think. Hey, does the ship have anything like sandcasters or a gun battery in it somewhere?
You haven't seen anything to suggest a weapon system.
Okay. I still think our best option on taking on the bad guy ships is to come in from height.
And do what?
Put everybody on deck to sleep, throw some lightning bolts, shoot some arrows. What else can we do?
I have a crossbow. That gives me time
And
to reload if we're above.
and I say the only difference coming in from above is it's a little harder for their bowmen to shoot back. But how many people up here have you seen have bows?
The orcs did, didn't they?
Pretty sure they took those with them on the boat when they left.
Oh, don't you, Raymond, have a bow?
Well, I do, yes. But I'm saying if we're attacking Mad Eye and his little 3-ship fleet, how many of them are going to have bows?
Yeah, most of them.
Okay.
So we do it at night when they can't see us
I'm
or see very well.
I'm going to say I'm not opposed to the idea. I just don't necessarily see the advantage of the idea.
So do you want to just come alongside and board?
Just us?
And I'll remind you that
I
I'm
thought we
going to be
needed an advantage to fight these guys.
below decks anyway.
Like it's not like we're gonna fly down or board and be like, all right, Mad Eye, I'm a 1v1 you now. Like he's got three ships of dudes. He's just gonna kill us. Take our stuff and be like, yo, these doofuses came out all alone. I smacked them or something.
Well, we could sail up to the fleet, let them know they're being followed by these other ships. We think they may be orcs because we found this other ship back there that was, in fact, attacked by orcs.
Okay.
Get them involved.
Get them to come with us, and we just turn on because we know exactly where those 3 ships are. We lead them over to them, and we ambush them 8 on 3.
Something like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That certainly works better.
Once we get sight of Mad Eye, then we gotta call him out, though. Surrender. Face punishment for your deed. He's gonna say no, obviously. Then I probably have to fight him.
Okay, so while we're having this discussion,
Mm-hmm.
you'll notice that the fleet that you're watching, the 7 ships, they start sort of separating a bit from each other.
Uh-oh.
Well, we're still a day out, so there's not much we can do other than keep an eye on
Okay.
it.
So we continue to watch, and you'll notice that a few of them sort of get back to closer together. So maybe 5 of them um, get actually quite a bit closer together. Like, yeah, pretty tight. Um, but there's 2 others that have moved further out. Um, and the subsurface contact will come up alongside one of them and rise to the surface. And in about half an hour's time, those 2 will turn away from the main fleet.
I'm gonna try something.
Okay, what are you trying?
I want to raise the ship to, let's say, 25 feet in altitude,
Okay.
just enough to get the whole thing out of the water. Does it go faster?
Yeah, a bit.
Like significant enough to make it worthwhile?
Yeah. I mean, you don't have the drag from the water anymore.
That's that's what I'm thinking. So, um,
I'm not
I
sure exactly what that would translate into, but yeah.
I will leave it there for the moment and see if we can get there faster.
Okay. So when you say get there faster, do you mean to the fleet, or
Yes,
what do you mean to the fleet?
we're going in the direction of the fleet at the moment.
Okay.
So,
So the other 2 ships are moving southerly.
all right. So, guys, you want to follow the other 2 ships, or do you want to follow? Where's the Sea Serpent? It's still with the 2 ships.
Correct. So there was a subsurface contact. It
Right.
comes up half an hour later, roughly. The 2 contacts now move south, or
With
moving away from.
with the submarine contact.
Well, that would be a third contact, right?
Right.
So subsurface contact rises to the surface.
Right.
So it's now a surface contact
Okay.
next to the other ship that
Oh,
got
okay, okay. I thought that was 2 ships.
separated.
Okay. So what it looks like to me
The
is
submarine captured a ship.
the submarine captured a ship. Exactly.
Yeah, that's where we need to go.
So I think that's where we need to go.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's see, you're moving. Well, let's see. You're going to plot. And now neither of you have any navigational skills.
Yeah,
Go ahead
that's kind of
and
annoying.
roll a percentile. The 22?
So I have a 31. I know it looked like a 25, but apparently it was a 31.
Okay. And Brian, are you going to roll?
Yeah, no, 82.
Okay. All right. Um, yeah, you're not going to get there before sunrise. Okay, so um, yeah, so you try to vector in ahead of them, right? But you're not going to get to them. You're having to change course periodically to get your vector to get your intercept correct.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you won't get there before sunrise. And about an hour before sunrise, one of the two ships goes underwater. So it's now subsurface. And actually, as it does that, it's going to turn northeasterly, and the other ship is going to continue southerly.
Is there any reason why we shouldn't follow the ship?
The surface ship?
Yeah.
Yes, I think we should.
Okay. So we will
Summer's
follow.
going to ask you guys if the underwater ship killed the above water ship.
Um.
What's going on? He's confused.
So as near as we can tell, the underwater ship surfaced, took control of the surface ship, which is now moving south. And so we figure out the best way to figure out exactly what happened is to capture some of the people on the surface ship.
Yep.
Oh, and pretend we don't know about the ship underneath.
That works too.
True.
Because maybe they'll come after us and then we can kick their butt and take their underneath ship.
And have an entire.
Dude, we'll have an underneath ship and above ship. It is a lot of magic. This is a lot of magic.
I know.
I can't. This is a lot. This is a lot. I need Runt. Where's Runt?
Rutt's still
I
down
need to
below
ground
within the ocean.
myself. You should just be shoving tech stuff in front of him now. Like when we get back, if we ever get back to that villa, you need to show him that
The
the
needler, the solar powered needler.
The solar panel and the needler are two separate instances. We know that.
Well, they are now, but when I'm done with them, it's going to be a solar powered needler.
Yeah, and guess who knows how to use one of those?
I think I know how to use one of this.
Oh, true. You probably do. Needlers are pretty
Somebody does, yeah.
Kind of want to see. Where's? I'm gonna look.
So we follow the surface ship.
Reynauld.
Yeah, I have 56.
I'm at 60. Only if I get it. You actually have it, so. Do you have ballistics? You do have handguns.
Do you have handguns? All right. Anyway,
You
so
could. Sorry.
when we get to within about 10 miles of the surface ship, I'm going to drop back into the water.
Okay. And I presume you're still on an intercept?
Yep.
Okay. So at 10 miles, you should be able to see them. So it's a square rig. And okay. So you're 10 miles out and moving in. They are going to turn toward you.
Okay. What pennant are they flying?
Everybody roll a percentile. This is a scan roll.
I don't know anything.
I think that's a special.
I just got a regular, so.
Anybody bothering to use the spyglass?
Oh, I'm dumb. I'll grab the sky glass and try again.
I'm sorry. I thought that went without saying.
Of course you thought that.
I don't know how to use a telescope.
Do I use the big end? This doesn't seem to help much.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what's happening. I'll hand it to Raymond. You figure it out.
Fine, hold on a second.
That's funny.
It's making everything smaller. What's the
So
point of this thing?
not quite as special.
Okay. Okay, well, so that allows you to see it if you were successful. Now, do you have any knowledge of what it is? That's the real question. So heraldry would be an appropriate role. Um, or something similar.
Would that be under court lore heraldry?
Yes, that could apply.
Nope.
Raymond, do you have any kind of...
Looking on my Elderath character, I don't believe I have anything in particular that's useful. I mean, the closest I come is human lore, and I think that's really a stretch.
Yeah, that's psychology. Okay.
But the key thing is, it's not the guys we're working with. It's not
No,
Mad Eye.
it's not Mad Eye's
So
plan. Okay. That's all by way of saying that I don't think... Although I think you have seen this before. Was anybody close?
On the heraldry thing?
Yeah.
No.
I'll say
Not
Wes was
close
the
at
only
all.
one who rolled. So
Oh, go ahead and roll, Raymond.
I'm rolling for a miracle, but
Okay.
Miracles happen.
that's not one of them.
So you think you've seen this symbol before, but it's not sinking in as to who or what.
As long as you don't tell me the Howler was flying it when we saw him take off, that's all I ask.
He'd be on a carpet.
No. Yeah. And no, he didn't have a flag attached to his carpet. Although that would be hilarious. He's got a little Jolly Roger flying from the back of it. No.
Um,
Right. You don't recognize the symbol on the...
and they are turning in a presumably hostile manner, or at least semi-hostile.
Oh yeah, they've spotted you and they are turning to move toward you.
How many people are on the ship?
5 mile distance.
A lot. I don't know.
Yeah,
I got a telescope.
lots. Yeah, but that's...
It's fine. Let it close.
Go ahead and roll another percentile for me, please.
8.
My God, you guys suck. Um, so the telescope is more than just a telescope. It's actually um uh yeah, there's some bezels on it that um uh give you different um it's again, it's a high tech sensor disguised as a scope, spyglass.
Well,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I suspect you're familiar with these. I've got it. Hang on a sec. Let me open this up. They're actually pretty cool. Once I say it, you'll go, oh, it's one of those. I gotta find it though. Hang on a sec. Let's see. Where is it? Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Here we go. All right. This counts as a multi-vision visor.
Sweet.
Yeah. So it has a built-in IRV and a polarized visor. So it's like an electro binocular. It's got infrared, night vision. So it's the combination of like a starlight scope and an infrared scope. Um, Binoculars 3. So it's got a max range of 25,000 kilometers. And magnification is times 100. Oh, it's out of power.
wah wah.
Sorry. uh, yeah, I'm
But he finds
certain
the
it
settings.
is out of power.
So it worked for
You
a
find the
brief
setting.
second
Yes, for a brief second, you're like, oh wow.
because
And
any
then
electronic device will work for like a second or two because all the power leaches back into the battery
that's right.
from the device when it runs out. So um, I'll look at Wes and say this would be really cool when we charge it up.
Yeah. What are those power cell things called? Those
Uh,
UPCs, universal power cells? We haven't found any of those, have we?
SEC standard. Well, you just did. There's got to be one in the scope and telescope.
Haven't found a USB outlet.
Charging
Well,
station.
we have a solar
Well, you
charger
haven't
thing.
you haven't really been thinking about
And
it, but now
it,
that you're thinking about it, there's got to be
Yeah, on the ship somewhere.
recharging station somewhere.
it's some
But
induction charger.
yes, exactly. So yeah, there's a standard, an SEC, a standard electronic. No, that's not right. What are they called?
Cell? Standard electronic
Whatever
cell?
they're called. Yeah, that's it. Standard elec electro cell or something. Um, and most things are powered by those. Um, sometimes it takes a couple of them. Uh, but yeah, SEC is what they're called. But yeah, it's a multivision, functions as a multivision visor, but it's a monocular, right? So you've only got the one eyeball. Um, but it's when it's working, uh, pretty sophisticated tool. It has 1,000-hour duration with 3 SECs, tech level 9 plus. There you go. And yeah, as you're looking through it, you see orcs. And then the battery dies and it's a normal, like 5 times telescope.
So the orcs have submarines. All right.
So we
So
need to find out why the orcs have a submarine.
yeah. Unless, of course, the other option is that big fleet that we've been shadowing, assuming it's our fleet, is really the orcs. We don't know that's our fleet. We just suspect it.
That's true, but where did the orcs come from in the first place, and how did they get that first boat in the first place?
All
Probably
very
came from
valid.
this submarine.
Could be very valid questions.
So if they're running amok, we gotta stop them and take this thing from them for sure.
Absolutely.
Regardless of Mad Eye, we gotta take the submarine away from the orcs.
How are we going to do this?
How did we do it last time?
We had a whole ship's crew to backstop us.
How much did they really do, though?
They drove the boat.
So we drive up close, but not melee range, so they can't board us. And you cast sleep. They fall asleep. And then we connect and we go and we kick butt and take names. Is that the plan?
I think so.
Yeah.
Or at least something like that. Or we could
We still. Go ahead.
have the fighters rappel down. Do the same thing from,
What, what I wouldn't
25, 30 feet up.
what I wouldn't give for
Uh,
a jump belt.
you get to teach
Yeah.
Elmar how to rappel
Yeah.
in the next hour as it takes us to catch them or whatever.
Just climb down the rope.
Oh well, yeah, you could just slide down the rope. I
Yep.
thought you actually meant rappel.
Well, if we were doing 100 feet, then yeah, you'd need to strap up and stuff. But it's only like, what, 25, 30 feet?
Yeah, fall, break your legs.
No, that's always possible.
We have enough rope to get to the bottom, though, so
So what's the plan?
So we're gonna sail up close to the other ship, but not touching, so they can't board us. Wes is gonna cast sleep. He's gonna put a bunch of them asleep, and then once they're asleep, we'll go over and we'll board and we'll take over the ship.
Okay, so you're gonna sail up on the surface to what range?
What's the range of your sleep spell, Wes?
Oh, I want to say it's 100 feet. Yeah, 100 feet.
So assuming that's the case, 50 feet.
Okay. So we're gonna sail up to within 50 feet, and somewhere in that range, Wes is gonna start trying to put him to sleep. Right? Is
Yep.
that what I'm
Yep.
hearing? Okay.
If they start shooting at us, though, I can do shock bolts out to 300 feet.
Okay. Well, so they're gonna start shooting as soon as you get within range, which is for a bow. Range on a bow. It's too bad the needler isn't working.
Yeah.
And and wasn't several hundred miles away.
Okay. What bows do they have? No, I don't want the stupid description. I want the range. Melee, missile weapons. Yeah, they're gonna throw a bola. No. Where's the
There was
bow?
a chart. Where'd it go?
Yeah, I'm looking. Page 165.
Oh, it's that far over. Oh, yep, there we are.
Axes, blowguns, bola, boomerangs, self bow. That's too small.
Composite bow
Javelin knife. Where do you see that?
on 170.
Oh, of course. Why would it be with the other bows? Sorry. Historic missile weapons. And arbalest.
120.
Yes. All right. No, they don't have a composite. Oh, that's like a recurve though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is.
Okay. Range 120. Okay. So you're so yeah, I mean, what I heard first was we're gonna move up to 50 feet, and they're gonna, well, at 100 feet, you're gonna start slinging spells. So at 120 feet, though, they start shooting.
Yeah, that's not my problem. I'm below decks.
Oh, I should mention there is a um, button, if you will, on the computer screen that would give the pilot station on deck um, uh, controls.
Oh well, now you tell me.
Well, you didn't notice it until just now.
Okay. So now I'm not below decks. Well, I am for the moment, but
Yeah, if you hit the button, there'll be something that'll rise up out of the floor or the deck
okay.
next to the wheel
Okay.
that gives you throttle controls and elevation controls as well.
But doesn't look as cool.
Oh crap. So when you get there and are looking at it, roll a percentile for me.
Just a sec. 65.
What's your intelligence?
My intelligence is 17. So it's not a times 3, but it is a times 4.
Well, it is. It should be kind of obvious what you're looking at. They're not complicated controls.
Nope.
So there's the throttle, right?
Mhm.
Forward, reverse, and further forward, of course, is faster. Then there's 2 of those, right, for the throttle, left and right repulsors. And then there's another. There's going to be a screen, but there's another lever, and it has how to put it. So on a helicopter, it's called I think it's called a cumulator, and you
Collective.
rotate it one way. A collective, thank you. You
Hmm.
rotate it one way, and it increases vertical um, thrust. But if you rotate it the other way, it backs off of the collective, lowering the craft.
Right. So it's basically your altitude control.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Think I got it.
Okay. Um, okay. So, uh, right. So you're tootling up. At 120 feet, they start shooting. So I think you weren't necessarily expecting that because, we're going to go up to 100 feet and spells and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here comes a bunch of arrows. Let's see, I should put them out there somewhere. Let's use these guys.
To say at this point we can tell how many of them there are. So
Let's see. Catch, catch. There we go. Okay, so let's move this over here. Go over there.
so is the control panel at the stern?
Yeah, it's at the wheel.
Damn it.
Okay, so that's over there. Yeah, it's over here. And let's make that. Oh, which torch is that? There it is. Look at that. How easy. 10 meters. Let's make it 15. 15 meters. Okay. So we'll put them up in the corner there. And let's see. There's a way to do a measurement. Look at that. Let's see. Can I? Thought. Is there a way to take a measurement? There it is. There we go. Anybody read that? Can't read it.
Remember, we can only see the circle right around the two ships.
Yeah.
So
80.
I see the beginning of the line. Don't see the end. I don't see the stuff in the middle.
Okay, you're currently at 90 meters. 90 meters. It would be helpful if this was in feet, wouldn't it?
Three meters is roughly 10 feet, though.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see, I want 120 though. 120 is 40. Okay. So if that was 90, that should be close to 120. Sorry, I'm having to do math. Right? 20 by 3. Wait, is that right? 10, 3 feet is 1 meter, right? So if I've got 120 and I divide that by 3, that should give me meters.
Yeah, it's close, yeah.
Yes, close enough. So that's 40 meters. Okay, so we want a separation of 40. So there's 40. Wow, that's a lot closer than I thought it was. Can everybody see that? That distance is 40.
So that's about as long as the ship.
I'm not
Yeah.
seeing anything except for 3 ships.
3?
Yeah.
I only see 2 ships. Where's the third ship?
I see our
Off to the
ship,
right, West.
a warship, and the cog behind it.
Oh, you can see these?
No. To
I
the
I can I
left
can
of
see the
those.
little. That's our ship and the ship the orcs are on. So
This is what I see.
right, that's. Oh, you see the ship behind the ship the orcs are on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is the ship the orcs are on.
The
Oh, there's a delay. Refresh your
Oh,
Albert.
okay. Ah, okay. That's different.
Yeah, so that's 40 meters. Wow, is that all the distance that a bow can shoot? No, 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 no. It's that's the range at which they get their normal roll. They can fire. It's twice that at half their skill, I think, is how that works.
That's how RQ3 worked.
That's a real, seems like a real short distance. If a bow's only, longbow's only shooting 90. Oh, this is in meters, isn't it?
I bet it is. I bet ranges in meters.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So
But do they say that
that's sorted
anywhere?
out. I don't know. So that's 70, 80. So let's take that out a little bit further. Okay, this is making more sense. This is about the distance they start shooting.
Yeah, that's the basic range of the weapon. At basic, the skill is unmodified. At medium, which is double basic range, the skill becomes difficult. Do we have a definition of what that means? And at long range, four
Yeah, it's
times
like,
range, it becomes 1/5 the normal skill rating.
yeah, I think difficult is minus 20, absurd is minus 75 or something like that. That's it. It's like, um,
But why did they change references?
I
Medium
don't
range is
know.
difficult,
Quite,
but long range is at 1/5 normal skill.
I don't know.
And no, they don't say that
Uh,
it's in meters, but that would be my assumption.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. All right. Okay, so this is the distance at which they're going to start shooting. Um, at this distance, yes, you can start counting, but you know, counting a mob of people is a challenging thing at best. You would estimate that there's maybe 15 orcs.
Hmm. That's a handful.
Okay, so I'm going to aggregate their roll. If it is successful, we'll randomize who and how many get hit. And they are successful. Three people get hit. Let's see. This is a D8. Let's see. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 of you on deck, right?
Okay.
And 3 hits.
I'm
So,
I'm all the way in the stern though.
oh, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm aggregating the they're this is long range shooting, right?
Okay.
So the arrows are going up and coming down. Um, all right. Raymond, West, uh, Kelmar, Runt, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. First one hits West.
Can I throw deflections one up? Requires no
You could.
preparation.
Second one hits Kelmar. Third one hits Raymond. Raymond, you take a D8 plus 1. Ouch, 9 points to the 9. 9 is on the impaling table is the abdomen.
Nope,
Demon.
not today.
What? What?
I have 11 points of armor on my abdomen. Thank you.
Oh my God, you're don't sink.
Yeah, I agree. Don't sink.
Okay. Wes, did you make your deflection?
I did.
Okay. Does that subtract 100%?
It does.
Okay, so that'll miss. Because he didn't crit or special. Okay. And it's Kelmar. Kelmar gets hit in the 19.
Ooh.
For an arrow though. I don't know.
Oh, it's not. It's left arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. If he does max damage, he can get through. Oh, left arm. No, I was definitely gonna
7
be.
points of damage, left arm.
Yep. Armor blocks that.
Wow.
Ow.
Okay, don't fall overboard because you're
Oh yeah,
sinking.
no. If I fall overboard, I sink. It's over.
All right. So that was 120 feet, roughly.
Meters.
Next round, meters. Yep. Next round, there's some closure. And at this point, Wes can get a sleep spell off, but they're also shooting again. When does your sleep spell go?
I can't do sleep spell to 100 feet, which is 30 meters.
Oh, all right. Well, they're shooting again. So let's do the same aggregate thingy. They're successful. Oops, let's see how many. Yeah, stop that. All right, how many are hit? 3 people are hit. And so who's that? Shelmar, Runt, and Runt again. Oh my God.
Ooh.
Is that right? Did I read that right? Guess so. All right. Hjalmar is hit in the 3, I think, left leg. D8 plus 1, 7 points of damage, left leg.
Nope.
And Runt is hit twice. What is it about Runt and getting hit twice? 9 and 3. Oh, 9 points of damage to the 9. Ouch. I guess I have to make a note of that. And the second arrow in the 3 does 4 points of damage. Location 3. All right. So let's see. I'm not sure what the closure rate is, but let's say this is the next one. And that's probably close enough to get a sleep spell off.
Okay.
Maybe here. Right, you need 100 feet, which is
30 meters.
yeah, 30 meters. So you can get the front of the ship there.
Yeah.
They'll be firing in 3.
Well, how? I'll just kind of guess it maybe half are within range since it's kind of the middle of the ship deal. So let's do a sleep 10.
Yeah.
That would be.
Okay, when does it go?
Uh, Sorry, I forgot my numbers. In 3.
Okay, so simultaneous. So I'm going to aggregate this again because I don't want to bother with. Okay, that's a success. And looks like only one person got hit. That would be Wes. Wes, you are hit in the 19, which is right arm, for 2 points. Does your armor absorb that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to deflect it? You're going to get hit.
No, it's okay. Because if I throw deflections, I can't do the sleep. So.
That's right. I shouldn't have said how much damage. I should have made you choose first. All right. Go ahead. Do your worst.
Okay. Sleep 10 is 6th level. 6 is 5. Regular success.
Okay.
So I up to 10 levels, and last time there were 2nd level guys, if I remember right. So I'm kind of hoping
Correct.
maybe 50, or out of the 15, I get
It's
maybe the 5 front kind of thing.
it's the more or less the same kind of work. So you need 45, drop them.
Right. And we'll just start with the front left to go front right, left right as we work our way back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Here goes the first one. Oh.
Hang on. Let me see how many are actually in range. Okay, you can affect up to 10, right?
Well, 10 levels.
Sleep 10?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So this is going to be okay. So you got 5 of them possibly. All right.
Yeah, possibly 5. Yeah.
What'd you roll?
16. So I got the first
He's
one.
out.
Nah, 65. Oh, 81.
Oh no.
66. And 83. Just got the one.
Got the one. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So they are maneuvering to come alongside. What are you going to do?
Wes, how confident are you
About what?
that you can sleep a few more of them before they get here?
After that last set of rolls, not too confident.
I'm gonna try to maneuver to keep my distance for the moment.
Okay. So are you intending to turn away or what give me an idea of
I'm
what you're gonna.
I'm going backwards.
Oh, hmm.
Remember, I got magic.
Yeah. Things don't turn on a dime though.
Oh, I get that.
Um,
And I'm not gonna push it that hard.
What if we just go up?
Could do that. Fine, let's do that. I'll start to rise out of the water.
We hard hit us with
okay.
arrows.
Yep.
We just hit the ship.
Okay. Roll a percentile for me, Steve, please.
Oh, I could do that. 25.
Okay. Um. So you'll notice on the screen next to you, um, the how to put it, it zeros the um, so altitude is measured in a couple ways, right? There's absolute altitude, right,
Right.
from some reference point.
Right.
Like if you're flying an airplane, um, one of the things you do is have the tower give you the current uh, altitude, your altimeter setting, which is a zero.
Right.
Um, okay, so it does that automatically as you lift out of the water. It sets a zero for where the water is at
Right.
this point in space.
Well, traditionally your index
And
point is sea level anyway.
yeah, but yeah, well, yeah. So see, anyway, um, but it also tells you um, what your absolute level is relative to some other reference point.
Okay.
So it's kind of showing you two numbers, so you know what your actual distance above the water is, but then there's another number which is different. Um, okay. Uh, and you want to go up, what did you say, 20? How far?
How tall is the mast on the other ship?
Oh, I don't know.
I want to go up to
Um,
just higher than that.
okay. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you can look over and, throttle relative to, you know, just as the top of the mast goes below your vision, right?
Yep.
Or you want to miss the, I forget what the freeboard is called, the fin below. You want
Yeah.
to be above that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're rising up higher than that as well. All right. In the meantime, um, as they sail underneath, they're going to try to throw grappling hooks. Oh, all right. There's one. There's two. Okay, they've got at least two grappling. So, who's in front here?
Wes?
That's Wes. All I see is Wes. All right. So as the ship goes up, they were moving into to obviously they were going to grapple, and so they're throwing grappling hooks. You see several, you see at least two, Wes, in your immediate vicinity. So there's like one over here, and there's another one over here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move forward to the board so I can see everybody, and we're doing a Lord Sleep.
Okay. So they're going to shoot at you as you poke your head over. Let's see how many notice. Okay, not that many. Roll a d6. Okay, so you got 3 arrows coming at you. Oh, that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. And that's gonna miss. Okay, so you got 2 hits.
Can I attempt to
I'm gonna
dodge?
say, can you dodge arrows? You can dodge a javelin, but can you dodge arrows? I don't think so.
Okay.
Is there reference in the rules for
Not that
dodging
I'm aware
arrows?
of.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure arrows fall into the too fast category,
Okay.
but you can dodge javelins, but not. In fact, I think you can dodge rocks, thrown rocks, not rocks from a sling. But all right. But you've got the other option as well.
But I can only do one spell a round,
True.
so we'll take it.
Okay. Roll for location. Shoulders and above. Well, that's not going to hit. And shoulders and above. Ooh, what's an 18?
That's a shoulder. Well, it's an arm. It's a left arm.
Yeah, I think that'll count. Don't you think? You know,
Sure,
like
yeah.
leaning over,
Mhm.
casting a spell, waving your arms around. Woody, woody, woody. Alrighty. 6 points. Did that get through armor?
Just a second. There's something about dodging missile weapons is an option. It says some missile attacks are difficult or impossible to dodge. See page 131. Which says normally you can only dodge missile weapons at a penalty or not at all. See page 40, which we were just on.
Page 40.
Says you can attempt to parry missile weapons with hand weapons. It takes a special critical success to do so.
Yeah, there's actually a skill called Udami Jutsu, which that falls into. I don't see where you're seeing that.
What I just
I'm
read
on
is on
page
131.
140.
131.
Oh, 131.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dodging missile weapons option.
You can catch an arrow. Yeah. This. So you can't dodge a bullet. You can't dodge an arrow from a bow, but you can dodge thrown things.
Okay.
I think javelins flung from an atlatl fall into that category, but not sling stones. So anything accelerated, I don't think you can dodge. Somebody throws a mug of beer at you, you can dodge that.
Okay, so that was left arm. How many points?
6 points to the, I
Okay.
believe, right arm.
What was 18, right? Was it 18 left arm?
Uh, Missile weapons, 18 right arm, unless this is flipped. I'm looking at your character sheet in Far Horizons. It's got the melee and impale
Well, I've
and
got both on my
feeble.
other one, which is where I
Okay.
am.
Well,
Okay,
okay.
5 points though, so one got through.
Okay. So concentration is intelligence times 3 minus 5 times damage, right?
Okay.
So intelligence times 3 minus 5.
Success.
Okay. So roll to succeed in your spell.
Oh, automatic failure. 96.
Oops. Okay. Raymond,
Yes.
you will notice the ship has a little indicator that the ship's level is starting to change. And that's because it is trying to move a mass from below in the forequarter of the ship.
I will attempt to compensate for that.
Okay. Roll a percentile for me, please.
47.
Okay, you successfully. So the boat is listing a bit to the
To the starboard.
yeah, right at starboard and forequarter.
Yep.
But you can adjust the wheel opposite and the throttle, the collector, to compensate.
Yep.
Um, and so you continue to raise the boat. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Um, so I should point out that you don't have to compensate a lot.
So I'm not trying to
Um,
pick up this whole boat. I'm just trying to pick up the weight of the works, crawling up the ropes.
yeah, so they threw uh, grappling hooks. In fact, I'm pretty sure that a little replica of the boat is going to appear, and there's going to be 2 points that show you external attachments to the ship.
Right. Normally used for docking, no doubt. And I
Hmm.
guess this is a very low-tech version of docking, if you think about it. Um, I would
Okay.
I would call out, but I think they all know this already. So
I don't know. Looks like Hjalmar's in back. Run Wes is the only one up front. So I don't
uh,
know that anybody, well, other than Wes knows.
I'll
then
call
I
out
will
though.
I will yell out two hooks in the starboard forequarter.
When Wes calls out, I'll start running up to the front.
Okay, start moving.
How far can I go?
Get, was it 3 meters per segment?
So like right here.
That would be the first segment. You can
Yep.
travel 8 times.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so you'll arrive there at the end of the round.
Sweet.
Um, okay. All right. So at the beginning of the next round, what is your intent west?
Lord Sleep.
Okay. And Hjalmar, make a quick scan roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't make it, I don't think.
You see one of the grappling hooks, and it's right nearby.
I'm gonna chop it.
Really?
Is that not the play?
You mean cut the rope?
Uh,
Yeah, cut the rope.
You
so
want to
you're gonna
actually
lean
saw
over.
through it.
You're gonna lean over the side of the ship and reach down to. So as you lean over, you'll see that the grappling hook is attached to a chain, and further down the chain, there's a rope. I don't know that you
Oh.
can reach the rope from.
Okay. Um, I will prepare for boarding, and I'm watching west for cues.
Okay. So there is an orc trying to climb up the rope. Raymond,
Yes.
are you? You're kind of. Oh, let's see. It's actually telling you how high up you are.
Yep.
And it's going to give you the bottom of the heel. But it's not going to tell you what the height of the mast is nearby because it doesn't know that you want to know that. So you're going to have to kind of guess unless you can
Um,
give me some
can
idea.
you give me a ballpark idea about how much weight I'm compensating for?
Well, at present, it's a couple of orcs.
Just a couple?
So, yeah, so not a lot. The boat really doesn't notice it that much.
Oh, I'm gonna um and I don't have an idea of how tall the mast is on the other boat.
I mean, you saw it go underneath um your point of vision,
Um,
but you don't know from that point. You're not sure where it
I'll
is
go up
relative.
I'll go up to 50 feet.
Okay, 50 more feet, right?
I'm at what, 25 feet now?
I mean, we're totally guessing at this, right?
All
What's
right.
the
All
height?
right. I want to go to 75 feet total.
75 total. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So they're gonna try to tie off the boat as or the rope as you continue to climb. So let me see if they're successful at that. Okay, I think about 7 is pretty good. Okay, so you're gonna feel everybody's actually gonna feel this. Um, as the ropes get tied off, you'll feel the boat actually the front end is going to sink relative to the back end rising.
Okay.
Okay. Um, so that's kind of the backdrop of what's happening this round. So Wes, you're casting again, right?
Yes,
And that goes in 3
3. Yep.
and So they're going to be shooting again. So let me see how many of them. So I'm assuming you're like peeking over, and then step forward and cast the spell,
Something like
right?
that, yeah.
So so
Using the ship as much as
and then
possible.
yeah. So I'm just going to roll a d6 to see how many are ready for you when you poke your nose over. So let's clear that. Let's roll that. 3 of them. Okay, so you got 3 shots coming in. That'll hit. Yeah, that might be a special.
They are at -10. Firing up.
That's true. I need the table. Where's the special table? Special. So special. Let's see. Come on, where's that? Here we go. What did I roll? An 11?
I didn't see.
Yeah. Okay. That is a special. Even with the -10. And how many of them hit? 3 of them hit. So the next guy, that's a miss. And that's also a miss. Stupid. Okay. So special not automatically hit you.
Ah, no.
And it hits the ship. That's
Yay!
alrighty. And Hjalmar, you're waiting for somebody to climb up, right? So that you can whack
Yep,
at
waiting
him.
for someone to get in range so I can
Okay.
whack him with my sword.
So are you looking over the railing at all?
I'll be peeking the way I see Wes peeking.
All right. So one of them gets a shot off at you as you peek over, and he will hit. Let's see where he hits. 16. Where's 16? 16 is left arm and shoulders above, right?
Yep.
For 6 points, left arm.
Nope. Armored.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, Wes, sleep spell.
Here we go. $37. That's a success.
Okay. So I think everybody's in range
Yep.
at this point, right? Wait, how? You're up 75 feet?
75, yes.
70 feet? So... Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm not going to do the math on the cone. Roll.
Okay, we will do the same as last time. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Which one's asleep?
Number 1.
Is that this
And
guy?
I'm not going to... It doesn't matter. I've got 1 through X number.
Oh, okay.
The next scan line is 2.
Okay.
It's way too difficult to Yeah, no, it's not worth the effort. I
Where's
just
that?
need to know how many are out.
Oh, 46. That's a miss. 11. That's a hit.
Okay, he's out. You get 10 of these, right?
There's 20
Or no, I'm
levels.
sorry, you get. Okay, so you get 10 attempts. Hang on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Number 11. Okay, and 3 is out, so 4.
Nope.
Nope. 5.
Ah, no. Dang.
Sometimes it's like all of them, and today it's none of them. That's all right. We're on 8. Wow. 9.
There's one.
There's one. All right, he's out. 10.
There's another one.
Oh, he's out. And one more.
One more. Nope.
Nope.
Dang.
Yeah.
So that's 3
Wes
this
was
down
not doing
total?
too good. I'm sorry,
Is
what?
that 3 total down now?
4.
4, okay.
1, 3, 9, and 10 are out. Okay. Apparently there are more of them than you initially surmised.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all on deck. I think, what do you think? 75 feet? That's too far to throw a grappling hook, isn't it? Probably.
That was the objective, yes.
So they've got 2 hooks on, and they've got them tied off to the boat. So at this point, the question is, okay, so they are starting to climb up the rope. Raymond, what are you gonna do?
At this point, I'm just trying to keep the boat pretty much where it is.
Okay.
Is there an autopilot that I could just have do that?
You look at the little control thingy, and yeah, there's a little squeeze that you can pull back to lock it in place.
I'm
Like
going to
this.
do that and start moving forward.
Okay.
I think I asked this before, but can Emerald cast my spells?
No.
I didn't think so. That's what I kind of remembered.
Okay. They need to make climb rolls. And that's a success. It's gonna take them a while to go 75 feet though. That's a success. Okay. The orcs are climbing up the rope. Gotta keep track of the climb now. So I think a success is 10 feet. Right? I think it's 10 feet of movement and you have to roll for each 10 feet. Wow, they've got to make 7 rolls to get up there. Holy crap. Have I got that right? I think I've got that right. It's every 10 feet. That sucks. Hmm. Hmm.
They don't have rope in RQG, they just have walls and slopes. Or a thickly
Yeah,
branched tree.
I think they talk about it in terms of distance moved, whatever the surface is that you're climbing, whether it's a rope. I don't think they differentiate by surface type, although it might be harder to climb a rope than the rock face. Anyway, not gonna drill into that. Okay, so next round.
Yeah, climbing is 1/5 your movement rate,
They're
according to BRP.
Okay. So 1/5. Okay.
And they reference rolling for every 10 meters of climbing.
So 30 feet then. Okay. Okay, so
If they're not
they
using their
need
feet, it
3
makes it
rolls to get up
difficult.
then. Okay, so 3 rolls at difficulties minus 30.
I'm not familiar with their difficulty
Fine.
levels in here. Do they have a chart somewhere that says?
Yeah, it's in there somewhere, but I think difficulty is minus 30. Okay, so I got their number. So yeah, they're not going to be moving very fast. All right. Okay. So where does that leave us? That leaves us at Raymond. Where are you moving to?
I'm gonna move up to help them deal with the orcs and the boarding ropes. So
Okay.
up to the forequarter.
All right. Go ahead and move. Wes, as you poke over to cast your spell, the 6 are firing at you, only one of which has a chance. And he hits, location, miss. Okay. Go ahead and cast your spell.
Okay. BRP does say that difficult actions are at half skill.
BRP actions are at half skill. What does that mean?
Oh, BRP says that difficult actions are at half skill.
Oh, it's not a subtraction.
Right,
Straight
it's not.
subtraction. Okay.
But impossible means you have a flat 1%. That's all I have is easy, average, difficult, and impossible. Okay. Lord Sleep. Regular success.
Okay.
We'll start with
So
a
we're
2 on the
starting this
ropes.
from. Okay.
And they just go on out. Okay, first one, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, odd 7, got him.
Okay. He's gonna fall. He's only up less than 30 feet though.
29, got the second one too.
Okay.
Odd 3.
4. Okay.
Oh, odd 2. Where did these numbers come from?
5.
71.
6.
42.
7.
14.
8.
57.
9. One more.
57.
Okay. So. All right, let's see what they're gonna do. Okay. Um. they are going to turn away.
So they're pulling us with them.
They're going to cut the ropes at the bottom.
Damn pansies. All right.
So yeah, once those go free, you can pull the grappling hooks. What are you going to do with them? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Staying
I'm
waiting
not up
there.
there, so
Oh, I thought you were. You were moving up, weren't you?
I was, but I don't think I got that far. So I'm gonna go back to the control panel and turn to pursue.
And as they're
Okay.
pulling away, I will follow along as well, as fast as I can on board boat.
Okay. So you have a range of 100 feet, right? You're 75 feet up. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be out of range quickly until the boat can get turned around and pursue,
Can their pulsers go backwards?
right? Well, Steve, you
I did actually say that I turned to pursue.
Oh,
So
okay.
okay. So they're going to be out ahead of you by the time you get turned.
How far are they away at the end of the round?
Some arbitrary distance that you see. I'm not going to try to do the math on how long does it take to turn the boat? And then start closing the distance. That's the question you're asking. And
I'm asking if I can get a lightning bolt or a shock bolt off before they're out of range.
oh, yes, certainly. Either.
Okay.
I think the lightning bolt has a range. What's the range on a lightning bolt?
100 feet.
That's the same as the sleep, so no. But
Shock bolt, I can
but
get
you
out to
have some.
300.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So
So,
that's a single target, right?
yep, it is. I'll do a double charge shock bolt to the guy controlling the ship. Their ship.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay, let me see what I need. Shock bolt 300 feet is 8. 8 is 82, minus 5 is 77.
77% chance to succeed.
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, roll it.
32, that's a success.
Okay, how much damage?
It's 2d4. Just 2 points.
Dink. Ow! He's gonna duck behind he's gonna try to get cover, what little cover he can get against an aerial pursuit. But at the moment, you're gonna have a hard time seeing him. Okay, so they are rowing, and they can get like 7 knots, I think, but they can't do that forever. So, okay, so I haven't decided exactly how fast the ship can move under the repulsors. Suffice it to say that at the very least you can keep pace with them. They, of course, are going to run out of juice before you do. and they'll slow. They'll start slowing. At which point they'll put the sail up, but I think you can easily pace the sail. What's the range on your wind control?
You mean breezes?
Yeah.
Breezes has a range of 10 feet per level, so I could boost it if I needed to.
Okay. What's the maximum that you could reach out to with that, do you think? Well, let me ask a different question. Could it go 200 feet?
I'm thinking 150.
Okay. So they're going to go as far as they can go before they tire out. They can actually shift the crew. So they can rotate that twice, and then they'll be done. At which point they'll put the sail up, and at that point you can start closing on them. Once you get to within 150 feet, you could cast breezes to slow them down even further if you wanted. Um, but I'm pretty sure the boat's going to be able to get above them. I mean, they'll try to maneuver, but
If we can get
they're going
within
to stay with
100
the
feet,
wind.
though, I can do air stop, which stops all
Okay,
generalized air
and that would
movement
stop the
up to
sails.
30 miles per hour.
Okay. So at that point, they're going to be effectively dead in the water. So go ahead and roll that.
Okay, that would be wind, 5th level. 82. 70, that's a success.
Okay. All right, so that'll shut down the wind, and that will stop their escape. At which point you're more or less 75 feet above them. What do you want to do? How are you going to do this?
Wes is going to roll better.
So they're all awake by this point. They
Right.
may be tired. Um,
Yeah, they are fatigued, so
yeah,
they're going to throw up boarding grappling hooks and climb up. Probably
I
not going to happen.
I don't think they can throw a grappling hook 75 feet vertically.
Well, they certainly can't now. They're
Yeah,
fatigued.
I think you would need like a mortar to throw something up like that.
Yeah, now that would be cool. But anyway,
They make them.
I know they
But
do.
yeah, I don't. I'm not sure how far you can, you know, wind up with a grappling hook and throw it vertically. There's got to be a maximum to that height. I'm not sure. It's maybe 20 feet, 30 feet, somewhere in there. But 75 feet is just, yeah. Now they can't shoot at you, and they are going to be watching for people poking their heads out. Um, Now you could also shoot down at them as an option. Also, they're going to be trying to wake up everybody because they know that this is magical. So, how much energy do you have, Wes?
I still have quite a bit. I've
All right.
got 26 magic points, plus a stored lightning bolt and 2 extra spells from my spell ladder. I'm thinking it's possibly doing a slumber cloud.
Okay. What does that do?
It removes the oxygen from the area of effect. After 3 rounds, all targets in the area must make a resistance roll each round that they're in the area or fall asleep. And it would last for at least 9 minutes.
Okay. Maybe that's the better way to go.
Yeah.
Of course, if you had a needler, you could shoot at them.
True.
If we had a Nova gun, none of this would matter.
That's true. Just put a hole in the boat. Problem solved.
Or a
Make
Gauss
the
rifle.
boat go bye-bye. Oh yeah, a Gauss rifle would just.
We do need to be closer though, because the
That'd be a
range is
huge
only
boat.
45 feet.
Oh. Okay. So you got to lower the boat. You can do
Yeah,
that.
I can do that.
So
The rest of you watch for borders.
yeah, 45 feet. That's
Up
I
is
can
a
see a
lot.
grapple. Yeah, up is a lot. That's true.
I'm not saying it's
Okay.
impossible, but up is a lot.
Yeah. All right.
The grappling hooks that they're still attached to our boat, correct? They untied the hooks from their boat.
Wait,
The two.
They cut them.
what are you asking?
There are still a
Oh,
couple
they
of ropes
cut the
dangling
lines.
from our boat.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. If the grappling hooks were still, the hooks were attached to our boat, and were hanging below, then that is the
Yes.
case.
Yes. I asked earlier if anybody was
And
going to do anything with
nobody had
them.
actually done anything
Nobody.
with them.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
So
I
we're
haven't. I
still
hadn't done
thinking
anything with them. I was just
Oh, so now our boat's
actually.
going to teleport. Okay.
What? I moved it to the other side
You moved
rather
it to
than
the other
trying
side
to
so that the ropes are on the side facing the boat.
Well, that's where Wes was. So I just assumed you would pull up alongside where Wes was.
It's fine.
As the ropes drag across their boat, they climb up and assault the ship now.
Hey, if they
What are
want
you
to assault
doing?
the ship 2 at a time, let them.
Really, you're just going to leave the grappling hooks? You're not going to throw them overboard?
I can collect them.
Okay, thank you.
I'd
Wes,
wait until they got up to about 30, 40 feet in the air and then cut them. Go on.
Wes, as you lean over to cast your spell, they're ready for you. 3 of them get shots off on you. Miss. Miss. And miss.
Yay!
Roll your sleepy cloud thingy.
Okay.
What's the radius of effect?
15-foot radius.
15 feet.
Oh, I think you can get the main group of rowers. If they want to keep rowing, they got to stay in that cloud. Oh, but they're not. They're using the sail. But we just.
Oh,
cut
they were.
the-
Yeah.
We'll see what they do.
Foot radius, right?
15 foot radius.
15 foot. So let's see. That would be 3. Let's see. That's measuring diameter, isn't it? So
We what, a 9-meter radius? I mean, diameter?
Yeah. Does that look right? 1, 2, 4.
Looks like 8 to
Oh,
me.
8. That's close enough. All right, there's the first one.
Okay. $72. Oh, 75.
Oh. So they are trying to throw grappling hooks up.
We'll try it again.
Okay.
There we go, 56.
Okay, where are you putting it? Okay. Okay, can move that to... There we go. All right, there's the first one. So there's more guys on the boat than are represented there,
Okay.
and they're not all bunched up in the middle. But okay, so that's the first one. All right. Okay, so how does this work? You've got a sleep cloud or slumber cloud, and how's this working?
It lasts for
You read it
15
earlier.
minutes.
Refresh my
They get to make a
15 minutes.
resistance
Okay.
roll every round. After the first 3 rounds.
Until. Okay, so 3 rounds it forms, and then they get resistance rolls.
Yep.
Is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
That is what it is.
So there's 12 minutes. Well, no. 3 rounds. Okay, so
Is that 18 seconds? No. I'm stupid. That's old
36
game.
seconds.
yeah,
Thank you.
14 and a half.
Yeah, I was thinking your 6-second rounds, Dad.
But that does
Okay.
give them the
And
opportunity to get out of the way.
okay. So they get resistance rolls, and if they fail the resistance roll,
They fall asleep for 1 round per 10% failure.
oh god, okay. So sleep 1 round per 10% of failure. All right, what's the failure rate? Is it like a sleep spell? It's 50 on
This is the first time
willpower.
we've done this. I'm not overcoming their power. They're running out of oxygen to breathe.
Oh, so it's like asphyxiation then.
Yeah. It's like a constitution roll of some sort, I would imagine.
So I think it'd be better to treat it as
Oh.
asphyxiation. And just go with the asphyxiation rules. It'll last for 15 minutes, right?
Yep.
Now, it's not going to kill them because it doesn't remove all oxygen, right?
No, it's
It
most.
just knocks them out.
Most of the oxygen, that's all it says. That doesn't knock them out.
Okay.
It affects fires.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, every time Wes does this, I feel like the Joker in the Batman movie where he says, "Where does he come up with these amazing toys?"
I mean, when he says sleep cloud, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, they'll all go into their dreams. No, you're gonna watch them choke and like grab at their throat because they can't breathe anymore. Because they're
That's right.
That's very graphic.
They
that's
can't-
horrifying. That's very freaky.
That's exactly what's happening. Okay.
I just think if Wes can do this, that means there's thousands of people across the planet who can do this.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot weaker right now. Just a dude who swings a sword. Oh no. Wes has always been very
Okay.
scary.
Where's
Magic is
where's-
terrifying.
It can be. It can be.
Which is why I'm glad, I'm very, very glad now that there's not really clerical attack spells, because those kind of just go off for free.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm that seems very balanced. I'm happy about that.
Okay. I need a quick review of the asphyxiation rules.
Do they
Where
have
are
that in BRP?
They do, yeah. It's under system.
Just imagine Raymond shooting divine smites and stuff,
I thought it was under
absolutely
system.
murdering bad guys.
Isn't that on the Paladin list?
Yeah, the paladin
Oh
list
yeah,
has
that's divine smite. I
Cool,
was
yeah.
thinking, what is it called? The one that the cleric uses, the one that shoots.
Well, in Pathfinder, it's now Holy Lance or
Eh,
Divine
but
Lance.
you know what I'm talking about. It's the
Yeah.
my god's greater than your evil pew pew blast. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Guiding
kinda thing.
bolt
So,
or
yeah.
spirit guardian or something.
Guiding bolt. There we go. No, it's guiding bolt. That's the one. Thank you. Yeah, if clerics had guiding bolt or anything of the sort in this, Raymond would have killed a lot of people by now.
But really, when you get right down to it, Raymond's a nice guy.
Yeah, I know, but when bad guys come a stirring, if you had a finger gun that shot out holy rays, wouldn't you be shooting that a lot?
When we get back, I may have one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, choking,
When
drowning,
we're done,
asphyxiation.
what
Ooh,
page?
interesting.
I just found the reference to it. I'm looking for the page. There it is, 145.
145.
It started off with con times 10. But then it's con times 5, then 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's why I couldn't find it. I wasn't looking for choking.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, because that would be interpreted as someone choking you, not just asphyxiation itself.
Okay. Okay, so they have this lasts for 15 minutes, but it doesn't really take effect until third melee round, which is like 14.5 minutes. And this is every round, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, each round. How many rounds per minute?
6?
6 sounds right. So 6 rounds. So the first round is 10. Second round is 5, and then it drops each round. Okay, so 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 7 rounds to go to 1% 1 times. Okay. So even if somebody makes it all the way to the 7th round, that puts us into 13 minutes. We'll call it 13 minutes. Okay. And that's everybody in the radius at 1 times con. Is that tracking with your thinking?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So, now you're not covering the whole boat, and the smart ones are going to move to the sides. So when you see that happening, what are you going to do?
Oh, I'm shooting lightning bolts.
Okay, so now I have to determine how many are going to go one side and how many are going to go the other side, right? You couldn't just cast 2 more of those?
Actually, I could. That's true. Because I don't have to concentrate for these.
Well, and had you been clever, you would have put the first one over here
And just done
and the second
2.
one over there.
That's what you
And
meant
then
by
you
first
move.
one.
Well, I tend to think ahead, but
Yeah.
okay, so make this easy on me is go ahead and mark off 3 of those spells. You've certainly got plenty of time to cast all of them.
Okay.
And I don't see how any of them are going to survive. I mean, it's 2 rounds and they're down to 1% 1 times con rolls. Then they have to do that each round they're in it, and they can't get out of it. They're going to succumb. But at the very least, you've got 10 minutes of time to take action. So you could lower the boat, board them, and either dispatch or what are you going to do? Okay, so 4 minutes go by, and is it 4 minutes? Even 5 minutes, right? So 5 minutes go by, they're all asleep, and maybe some of them have jumped into the water and are trying to swim away. What are you going to do?
Shall we board?
Well, you're 75 feet up, right?
Right, yeah. That's what I'm talking to
Right.
Raymond.
And and and
Wait, I
my
thought we were
descending
45.
we're 45. Remember, I lowered it.
Okay, 45.
And we're descending into this place that has no air. Don't you want to dissipate that before we drop into it and suffocate?
Well, we want to make sure everyone's off. Is everyone off the boat?
Yeah, if we're prepared to
What?
jump into a space with the no air, where'd it go?
And how do you prepare for this?
You hold your breath.
The whole boat's not covered, right? The whole boat isn't covered, correct?
No, we did. We covered the whole boat in order to get everybody. There's 3 rings.
Oh. Oh. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. I'm sorry.
On the other hand, when they pass out from lack of oxygen, you can dissipate everything and they're not going to immediately come to consciousness. They're unconscious.
That's true.
Yeah, magically, based on how
And
much they
and
missed by percent, correct?
all of them are unconscious, and nobody's going to be running around waking them up.
Okay, let's do that. See
Bruce
what
did
happens.
say some jumped off ship, right?
Just swim away, right? But they're not gonna be able to just climb back up.
Right.
In case we get down, get close,
Okay.
dissipate the spells, climb over,
You're
start
gonna
dispatching
dissipate them
orcs.
all at once? Or are you going to dispel all of the spells at the same time?
The air rushing back in might be a little complicated to deal with.
We'll do one at a time.
Okay. So if you dissipate the back one, board from the back, kill everything there,
Yep.
dissipate the next one, move
Yep.
forward, kill all those, dissipate the next one,
Yep.
kill all those.
Yep.
Right?
That's a good plan.
Well, I didn't help at all, did I?
No, not at all.
All right. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's just see if anybody can come around in the course of all of this. 78. I don't think so. All right. You successfully dispatch the orcs. The ones in the water are going to try to swim away.
Do we have to tow this thing back to the island again?
We don't have to.
We probably should,
We
though.
can't just
could-
leave it here.
We could
We
sink
cannot. This is no. We should not sink this. This is
Okay,
worth
first-
too much.
it. First of all, now that we're on this boat, was it originally part of the fleet or was this?
Yes.
Okay. So what's happening is the submarine is coming to the surface, cutting out a ship from the fleet.
Actually, there are.
Are there
Yes.
prisoners?
There are. Of course there are.
All right.
There are 12. There are 12 Viking
Oh,
warriors.
perfect. Perfect.
Who are not asphyxiated at all.
Of course they are. They're unconscious.
Hey,
Yeah,
gotta
but
wake them up.
we cannot kill them and wake them up. So
They were stuffed away in the hold of the ship. Or the bilge. There's a bilge on carbs, aren't there? Pretty sure there is.
probably.
Pretty sure there is. Okay. Yes, you find them, or they will surprise you as they crawl out of the bilge. What happened?
We liberated your ship for you.
Wow,
What
look
happened?
at that boat. Somebody's gonna try to climb over.
Ep. No.
What?
That-
Look at
that's
that
our
ship.
that's
What?
our ship. This is your ship.
But and then they're all like gasping at it. What the hell is that? Who are you people? Hey, I know you. You were from the. Hang on.
Runt, right?
Yeah.
They all know Runt.
Oh yeah, you'll be recognized. Yeah, someone will certainly recognize Runt. Hey, I know him. He's the friend of what's his name? Yeah, the Jarl's cousin. That's too bad Runt's not here.
Yeah.
So
All right.
we are we do we really want to link up with the fleet or were we just following it hoping something cool happened?
Well, we're hoping that Mad Eye's going to be following the same thing the fleet is after, and that way we can run into him.
What I'm saying is, should we take this ship back to the fleet, or should we just give them directions?
Oh,
and
just give them
be on our
directions.
merry way?
We need to find out
All
what
right.
happened, though. We need to interrogate him, find what we can find out.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back onto our ship and make sure that we don't have any unexpected guests.
Okay.
Either these unexpected guests or some other unexpected guest.
Unexpected guest.
And I'm gonna leave you and Runt to deal with the Vikings. Okay.
Sounds good.
And I'm gonna go back to the and tell us
Okay.
when you're. I'm gonna separate the two ships a little bit. So tell us when you're ready to come back. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Keep away.
And yeah, and I'm gonna go back and I'm basically gonna be at the control panel, keeping an eye on the radar.
We do want to search the orc bodies too
Okay.
for anything unusual.
You don't find anything unusual on the
Okay.
orcs, although they took weapons and armor and stuff from the Vikings.
Which they can then take back.
Yeah, obviously give them back to them.
Oh, you will find money. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What kind of money?
Yeah. You'll recognize it. In fact, it's probably, stamped with the it's from Aklo.
Aklo?
This- Yeah.
Ah. Or Minoc. We ran
No,
into
no.
Minoc money before.
You did, but Minoc is further west of Aklo.
Right.
But yes, they were paid in silver from of Aklo mint
Interesting.
or Aklo
Split it
coinage.
in half, leave half with the Vikings.
Okay.
Here you guys go. Go back to the island. Fix the ship.
Something wrong with the ship? There.
Oh, is it fine? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing
Ship's
wrong with
fine.
the ship.
Ship's fine. I
But
don't
what
know.
happened?
Hjalmar doesn't know anything about ships.
How did the orcs take you?
Oh, it wasn't the orcs.
Oh,
It
who was it?
There was a ship with a spider on the sail, and it came up from below.
Oh.
Yes.
And what sort of creatures were manning this spider ship?
Well, there was a spider person thing, and I
Like a
think
centaur, only it's
they
a
were.
spider?
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
What else was there?
Um. Well, I think they were dark elves, and there was a woman, a elf woman. She seemed to be in command.
Was she a dark elf as well?
Yes. She cast some kind of spells. There was a fog that came up, and we got separated from the group, and
Oh.
that's when they attacked. Oh, starting to make sense now, isn't it?
Yes. Is there anything else they can tell us about the ship or the dark elves or the elf woman?
Well, their ship wasn't anything like your ship, which is wow, that's an amazing ship. Um, it's not as big, not as long, but it was underwater.
Right. That's some kind of
Um,
magic, isn't it?
yeah, it is. Um, yeah. So there was a fog. Um, they came up next to us, and we lost our sails. They suddenly went. We lost wind all of a sudden,
Ah.
and they boarded. They didn't throw grappling hooks at first. They leaped across with the the spider centaur thing,
Ah.
and a lot of us fell asleep quickly. I got hit by this thing. He pulls out a dart that he shows you. Looks familiar.
Oh, yes. We have seen those before. From these evil dark elves.
Yes. They said something about selling us into slavery in Aklo.
Ah.
But some of us are missing. They didn't kill everyone, but yeah, several of us are missing. They kind of talk amongst themselves for
Yeah,
a
how
bit and
many?
then tell you that 10 of them are missing. They can only assume that the elves took them. Among them were the captain and the youngest among them.
Ah. That's
I'll
interesting.
pull Wes aside and ask him if he wants to try to use these guys to help take the drow ship.
What we probably should do is get the whole fleet together to help us hunt down the drow ship.
I'll
Do you
be right
think
back.
we can catch up to the fleet and inform them in time?
Well, what
Because
does in time really mean, right?
the elves are probably, yeah, okay, true. The elves are definitely already back out on the hunt, I'm guessing. If this is really as easy as it seems, they could just take all of them. So why wouldn't they?
Well, they're only taking one at a time. And this is only the second ship that
Yeah,
we're aware of having
but
been
this was so
attacked.
easy they could take.
All right, I'm back.
Other than we can assume that a Furbolgian ship was attacked because it was covered in orcs that was trying to raid another ship from the fleet.
Yeah, but
That's where
this
these
ship
orcs come
was.
from, you know?
Yeah, but this ship was covered with orcs too, right? So maybe they came with the dark elves.
Yeah, that's
Flag.
the connection I'm making is orcs. The connection I'm making is orcs.
Because the
That's
drow
the
could
only
have
one.
taken a
We don't
furbolg
have
ship,
proof that.
and then that orc was
Yeah, that's what I'm
just
saying.
doing
That's what
their
I'm
thing.
saying. If the drow took the Furbolg ship, then that's the one that was attacking, and we stopped them.
Mm-hmm.
That yeah,
The
because there
flag
is
this
still that group of
ship
3.
is flying is an Aklo flag. So somebody will have recognized it and torn it down. Filthy Aklo orcs.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, they don't have a captain, do they? Do they have a first mate who's going to take charge?
Oh yeah, someone's recognized as the better sailor among them, and he'll be promoted.
So what's their intent?
There might be some disagreements, so the two of them are going to fight it out. No, I'm the better pilot. No, you're not. I am.
Get up on the banister with a rope between
He'll
them and have
figure
a
it out.
pole game?
Uh, yeah, they'll make an impromptu. It's not really a ring. I forget what they call it. It's a rectangle normally, and go outside the rectangle and you lose.
Ah, yeah.
But in this case, it's just yeah, they'll slug it out, and one of them will be the winner.
So what's their intent now that they've been freed?
Rejoin fleet.
And continue the search for the sea
Rejoin
serpent?
fleet. Well, they need to know that there's a ship. Nobody's going to believe us. Uh, hmm. Yeah, they're all sort of going, hmm.
And we'll back you up because that's what we're thinking
And
too. We should
somebody
go
would
and get the
say,
fleet to try and hunt down this spider ship. If we all work together, perhaps we can get it.
Okay, well, that's an idea. All right.
Okay, the fleet's that
Yeah,
direction.
they want to rejoin the fleet. They need to warn the fleet.
Yep, we'll point them in the right
So
direction.
they'll get around. Okay.
Raymond, we're done.
Yes. So I'll slide over so they can get back on the ship.
And then we'll relay to Raymond everything about the submersible spider ship with the drow and the drider.
Wait, it just never ends, does it?
And the Oklo money.
Well, how much Aqua money?
Let's find out.
1, 2, 3. 3.
Which means they got 1.
400.
Woohoo! 400 silver,
Yep.
400 gold.
Silver.
400 silver.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, I already gave half of that to the
Oh, is that total or
Oh,
is that our
I
half?
thought that.
Raymond.
Total of 400.
Okay, so we get
Alright.
200.
And so Yalmar unilaterally gave away half of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
That's
Weston, stop me.
That's coming
Weston,
out of
stop
his
me. That's
share.
gotta mean something.
That's coming out of his share.
That's coming out of my shit.
So calculated at 400 and take the balance from. I think he's going to owe everybody.
Yeah, well, he can work it off. Um.
I already do.
So what's the plan, Wes? Since you're talking to him, what's the plan?
Well, they're going to go back to the fleet and tell them what's happening. I think we should as well. And I think we should try to get the fleet organized to hunt down the spider ship.
Okay. Well, let's do that. Okay, Bruce, this is a good time for me to mention that it's 7:48, and you said there was a hard stop at 8.
Yeah, I was thinking, if we go to 9, that pushes midnight for East Coast folks. But this is a good point to talk about time a little bit. We could start earlier if you wanted. What are people thinking about that?
I'm available for it.
I can start earlier.
I can be available for it.
Okay. So 2:30?
I mean that worked in the past.
Okay. So let's go back to 2:30 and I'll send a note out. But yeah, so we got another 10 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, it's pretty easy for you to see where the fleet is. And are you gonna stay with these guys or do something different?
I think we're gonna try to hang with these guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
In fact, not only that, I'm gonna watch these guys as they manage their square rigged ship in the hopes that we can learn something about how to manage our square rigged ship.
You don't have a square rig ship.
But we did.
No, you
Okay.
have a lateen
Oh, okay.
rigged ship that the Vikings were trying to use as a square. So they
Okay.
flung
They only know
the
one way to deal with
mainsail.
it.
Right.
All right. So I had everything backwards. It's okay.
All right.
Square peg, circle hole.
So we're back to the magic story. Got it. Wes, every once in a while you should go on deck and make it look like you're casting a magic spell.
Sure.
Whoosh, wah, way, fly.
So I'm sure at some point somebody will think, in the machine shop, there's probably a recharger for the SECs.
Probably, yeah.
In fact, there should be extra SECs laying around somewhere.
In the
Well,
ship's locker.
yeah, probably somewhere. They're pretty small, so it's not like they're obvious. But maybe in the machine shop.
Let's charge some stuff up.
Well,
At
what
least the
stuff are you thinking of?
at least the
Right. The one thing you've got that uses the SECs.
yeah.
The telescope springs to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
But we
So
should
you
be
get
looking
that
for more
charged up.
SECs.
Are these the same batteries that charge the Needler, by the way? Or did they use
So
something else?
no, it is the same thing. The
Okay.
problem with that is the needler is in really bad shape. You don't think, well,
Now the problem with that is that the Needler is several hundred miles away.
that's
I could
also part
I
of the
could help
problem.
solve the Needler is broken problem because I have that skill now.
Would you like to roll that? I think you should roll that skill.
Uh, let me find it. I'm assuming it's not handguns because handguns is the operation.
There should be a tech skill.
I think me
So
and
what's the skill
we
to
just
fix a
Under
one-handed
tech,
firearm? What's that?
under tech, you will find where is it? Firearms. You've got a 35.
Okay. I'm glad you found it before I did.
I thought we
Oh,
discussed that it
wait,
was
wait.
advanced slug throwers.
Yeah, well, I might change my mind about that.
Oh no.
Not quite,
42.
but I actually have a pretty decent skill in operating a needler.
So, Steve, you've got blasters at 36, but I don't see. Yeah, I don't know that you got needlers in the tech area.
I don't have it in armsmith, so I can operate a needler,
Yeah,
which I would assume would include basic repair, like field
it
repair.
does. It does.
So,
Yes.
um, but I can't do anything past field repair.
And that's at 56. What did you roll?
42.
40 something? Okay.
42.
So, Brian, you actually have firearms
Yes, I do.
at 35. Do you want to roll that?
Sure.
Because everybody's going, oh man, if we just get the needler. Oh, look at that, 9. Okay, so as you think back, Wes,
Yes.
or Dylan, as the case may be, so needlers are designed to be pretty robust, but there are limits. And that has to do with things like structural integrity and the mechanical workings of it and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty sure that the flywheel, the spring
The spring cog, yeah.
is, yeah. So not only is that broken, but the housing and the mechanism for it is corroded and likely irreparable with the resources you have. That
Oh.
said, you could probably jury rig it in such a way that you could um, maybe get a couple shots. So you're gonna have to do some something to compensate for the spring. But with the given technologies available, it's probably not going to hold much of a charge, so to speak.
Okay, and I'll relay that to everybody about the spring and the housing And we might be able
Yeah,
to jury rig something for a couple of shots, but
yeah, I'd only do that if we were absolutely desperate, because then we completely foreclose any possibility of fixing it, probably.
We do have
But
a second one back at the villa.
that was actually the one I was thinking of originally. So if we have two of them, we can probably part them together when we get back to the villa.
Yes.
yeah.
Wait,
Do
there's
we have
only one
two?
needler. Yeah, where did the second one come from?
The one at the second one.
I'm not aware of two needlers. I'm aware of one needler.
We don't have a needler on the ship.
Correct. You've got a
I
box
was
of
talking
100
about the one back at the
needles.
villa.
Yes, me too.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how that got confused somewhere
Is
somehow.
there something that to do with a needler that it was found on this ship?
Yeah, there's a box of 100
Ammunition
needles
Oh, it's just
and
ammunition. Okay.
and something
and a
else.
repair kit.
That's
A
right, a
repair
kit.
kit with a torque wrench that you need for the torque spring, the torque
But the
spring
spring
arm.
is damaged.
But the spring itself and the housing for it and some other internal components. Yeah, there's Wes interpreted what he recalls of the damage to the needler, and he's confident that he could get it to the point where it could fire a couple of shots with the tools that he now has available. So you could take a couple shots and then you got to reload it and torque it back up, and then you could take another couple shots with it. Until such time as proper repairs could be made. But I might suggest that by the time you get to proper repairs, it might be worthwhile to just buy a new one. Okay, so Wes, remember that you rolled a 9 on your repair estimation for the needler.
Okay.
And you've got a box of 100 needles. So, okay, well, what
Okay.
are we doing? We're sailing back to the fleet, right?
Yep.
Okay, and you're not going to get away from these guys. You're going to guide them in, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. You will see the fleet on the horizon.
Same day?
I don't think so. They were headed south. And you took probably a day to intercept them. So that would be 2 days south, roughly. Right, because you've got to do the what's the hypotenuse of the triangle? And I don't think, as I recall, the roll wasn't very good for estimating where to intercept them, so it's even further south. So yeah, it's at least 2 days north.
2 days to catch up to the fleet?
Yeah,
Okay.
assuming they're where you left them.
Right.
But you've got the sun, so you
Yep.
know exactly where they are. So yeah, you can estimate a course to intercept them in a couple days.
Okay. That's what we do.
Alrighty, so we are hitting 8 o'clock, so I think this is a good point to stop. You do see them on the horizon. There's been no encounters. Um, the sensors will tell you that the 3 other ships are just outside of visual range to the east.
Where's the submarine?
You don't see it.
Curiouser and curiouser.
And they didn't describe it as a submarine.
Of course
They
not.
described it as a ship.
With a
It had
spider sail.
Yes,
with a
yes,
spider
but you
sail.
know what? So are we, and we can fly through the air. So
Well, Wes seems to think the hatches they're tight as well.
right, so we can go to space.
Or maybe
we should go up.
underwater.
Maybe we should go take over the frigate and bring the frigate back. Then we could do whatever we damn well want to do.
Especially if you get me back, because then I'll be flying that thing around. Doo, 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 doo. That would be cool.
Go back to the keep and make them give us Alexander back, and then watch what Aiden's gonna do.
I got 2 characters now. Wake Alexander up. I've got a computer guy and a pilot. Mm.
Okay,
All right. Well,
that's it.
I will see you all in
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right.
Oh wait,
Good night,
Later.
everybody.
What?
2
Later to
weeks.
wait.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's the first week of
Is that-
August. That's Gen Con.
Is that Gen Con week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll be at Gen Con. Sorry.
Are you taking Aiden with you, or does he have to stay home and hear about how fun it was later?
He
That's
was
the
thinking
usual
about going,
treatment.
but he's not gonna make it this year.
No, I can't go this year.
Well, I had the option to GM for San Diego Comic Con next weekend, but I just can't make my schedule work. So
Oh, bummer.
next year.
There's GMing at Comic Con.
At San Diego Comic Con, yeah. They're
I
they're
thought it
running
was.
they're running 140 sessions of Pathfinder
Wow.
over, I think, 4 days.
Wow.
Wow.
So um so yeah, there's actually a lot of gaming that happens down there.
Yeah, I didn't think. I thought it was more.
It
Well,
it is. I mean, it's much more of a media thing, but
yeah.
the reason it's a media thing is because, of course, it's what 2 hours from LA.
Okay.
So you can get from Burbank to downtown San Diego in maybe 2.5 hours.
Right.
So that's why they come down here to do all the movie releases and all the media stuff. But other than that, it's a traditional convention.
Oh.
Wow, I didn't realize
I knew
that.
they did all kinds of cosplay and then obviously all the
Yeah.
entertainment stuff.
I mean, it's just like Dragon Con, except that we're closer to a major movie studio. So
Ah.
I didn't realize that. I have a cousin who has a bunch of houses in Santa Barbara. I could stay in Santa Barbara and no
that's
trouble.
still be a drive.
Well, 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Burbank is
So
what, just north of?
yeah, it's the north side of LA.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I will
Yeah.
tell you, it is wicked hard to get a ticket for Comic Con unless you've got like a vendor connection or something.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah, and they're probably expensive, aren't they?
and they can be pricey. I mean, it's a lot like PAX.
Yeah. Does Chaosium have a presence in Comic Con? I haven't heard that they
Have
do.
I have not
have
heard
no clue.
so.
But they
Yeah,
could.
They could, yeah.
They could come
Hmm,
up with a couple of people who might be willing to organize it.
right.
Convince Not Gene. Who runs Chaosium?
Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
Jeff and Rick.
probably Bridget that you have
That's who they
to-
would try to focus it out through. Yeah.
Right. So that'd be the first point of contact would be Bridget. She's the new organized. They're not even calling
No.
it organized.
Yeah, I'm
play
not sure what they
anymore.
call
It's
it.
something else.
Not that I've had any
Yeah.
contact for that either.
Right. Me
Yeah.
neither.
Don't know.
Been
So I'm just working
No.
for Lurking Fears.
interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Which
All
Matt
right. Wow.
Matt's
Mhm.
telling me that who does Aliens? The RPG.
My reflexive answer to any question about movie adaptation RPGs is West End, but I know
No,
they're
it's
gone.
not. No.
So
Yeah. But he was mentioning that the other companies they pay people to run their games, and so I may want to consider running different games than just Chaosium stuff.
Free League.
That's it. Yeah, Free League.
Yeah. Free League. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
One
I don't
Ring,
know.
Aliens. There was another one.
Twilight 2000.
Yep.
And Tales from the Loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's worth considering. I mean, if Chaosium is gonna step up their game,
I think, if I remember correctly, for the Pathfinder people, if you do 20 hours, you get a free badge.
Yeah, Looking
And-
Fears is
and-
something similar.
That's the
Yep.
deal that they offer. And that would be 5 sessions. Or I'm sure there's some booth monkey time you could work in there because I think Paizo has a presence.
And Chaosium
So-
used to do that.
Yeah. And a lot of places will do, if you do, 30 hours, you can get a bed.
Yep.
Because I did that for Columbia one year at Gen Con and slept with 3 guys, all of whom or 4 guys actually, all of whom snored
Oh.
like no tomorrow.
Dear. Columbia Games, as in Harn?
Yes.
Oh, sweet. Have you met
So-
what's his name? Dang.
Grant or Ian. Or Robin Crosby.
Oh,
or
Rob would be great, but there's a fellow that I've been following that works for Columbia, doing the new
So-
game stuff out.
I sort of know Ian. So Ian
That's cool.
Daglish and Grant Daglish are the owners.
Oh, okay.
So I've met I have it backwards. I've met Ian a few times. I know Grant fairly well.
Okay. Sweet.
Grant, by the way, Bruce, is a real estate agent in Blaine.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So that's his day
That's
job is he
cool.
does real estate.
That's awesome.
Well, the guy I'm
So
thinking
that-
of is Jim. I don't remember his last name though.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. I met him
All
at
right,
Gen
I gotta
Con
scoot.
last year.
I gotta scoot, guys. Have
Alrighty.
a good couple of weeks. Let me know what you decide to do about Gen Con, okay?
Will do.
Talk to you later.
Ciao.
All right.